Hi, and welcome back to the podcast. I am starting off this new season with an extra episode. So I wasn't planning on creating this episode. I was planning on first releasing an episode all about letting go of everything that has been in the past year for you to be able to move on in your hairstyling business. But that episode will come. But I felt that I needed to record this episode because of certain things that are going on in the world at this very moment. And this short episode is all about letting go of things if you are overwhelmed by any specific situation. So this past week we've had all of the wildfires going on in Los Angeles. I know that there are a lot of different things going on in the world at this very moment. And sadly, there is always something going on. And this is why back during the pandemic, actually me and my husband created this framework for ourselves. Because when the pandemic happened, all of a sudden, a lot of things changed. Things happened overnight that we couldn't even control. We couldn't do anything about it. And both me and my husband were freaking out. So we were trying to find a way of choosing love instead of fear. And this is why I want to share this framework with you. So anytime that you feel overwhelmed, panicking, freaking out about some kind of situation, you can take this up. You can do the framework. You can journal around it, and you can move on and find a little bit of more calm within yourself so that you can actually show up where you are needed at this very moment, instead of being in a frantic freak out mode, not knowing what your next step will be. So anytime you are in a situation where you feel overwhelmed, the first question is to ask yourself, are you yourself or your family members in any immediate danger? If you say yes to that, make sure that you can be safe in that situation. If no, you can move on to the next question. Do you have a friend or family, etc., that are in immediate danger? So outside of who it is that you're living together with at this very moment. If you say yes to that, reach out to that person and see, are you okay? Is there anything I can support you with at this very moment? And the key thing here is that, so I have some friends living in Los Angeles, and I reached out to them, and I knew I'm not going to frantically check my messages after I have sent them a message saying like, hey, are you okay? Is there anything I can support you with at this very moment? I was not frantically checking to get a response. I decided to let it go. Because you will not be able to be there to help whoever it is that you are helping or need to help if you are in a frantic, panicking situation. If you are totally freaking out and it's hysterical, your mind will start to slow down, your mind will jump to different conclusions, and you will stress yourself out. So reach out to the people, and how can you then try to focus on something else? Try to do something where you are needed, where you can actually contribute at this very moment. Do something that brings you joy. Do something that makes you feel calm. And if you feel that there is no way for me to be able to be calm, and maybe you feel like you're bottling up all of these emotions and you do not know what to do with them, my recommendation is to go for a walk, go out in nature. Nature is always healing. If you have animals, be around them, play with your kids to be able to shift this energy. If you have a trampoline, jump on that for a bit, because that can also shake out the energy in your body. And when we have things happening that is bombarding our digital world, so with the wildfires going on in Los Angeles at this very moment, there's no way of you maybe hiding from the idea that this is actually happening. So a thing that I do is I allow myself maybe 5 to 10 minutes per day where I can consume this type of content, where I can actually go in deep, look at videos, read the articles, and so on and so on. And I allow myself then to go into fearful thoughts, go into a fearful panic situation, but I actually have a time limit on it. I can allow my brain to go wild, and I allow myself to, not anymore. After 5-10 minutes, and then I have to let it go. Because if I were to sit 24/7 and watch what is going on and being in a frantic mode, and things like this have a negative impact on me, it has sincere, I can start to feel really, really, really bad, and it doesn't help either me or anyone else being 24/7 in that feeling. So I have a time limit. Let's say it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, but put a time limit on, and put a timer on your phone, or if you have an egg clock, or if you have an alarm clock, put it on, and when that rings, then you need to know that it's time to shift. After the fear thing, my recommendation is to do something else. Make sure to shift your energy and move that energy out of the body. Maybe that is riding your bike. Maybe that's taking a walk in the woods. Maybe that's doing jumping jacks. Maybe it is swimming or meditation, or whatever it is that you need to do to go from being in a frantic mode to actually calming yourself down. Helping someone in need can also help that in a shift if you are in an immediate danger. Then you can't really go out into the forest and be in la la land. But this is if you cannot help in this situation that you are in at this very moment. So shifting your energy, and then waiting for the response from the family members, seeing how can you support them at this time, and be aware of how much you are consuming. Because we have to also remember that news and social media platforms and all of that are competing about our attention. And the more time you spend on their platforms, they are making money. So it's not weird if you get sucked into this world, if you get sucked into being stuck there. And if you are freaking out, maybe there is a close friend or a family member where you can actually talk about, okay, I'm feeling this is happening. Talk it out. If you don't have anyone to support you, maybe journaling around your thoughts. And supporting people when you can actually do that is great. And this is something that you can use for anything. Writing out your feelings is a great tool for letting things go as well, if that is something that works for you. I find that part of my morning practice, getting up in the morning, having my cup of coffee, doing some breathing exercises, and I actually journal around things, actually open and freshes my mind to then move into creation and other things that I'm doing during the day. So the key points here is, how can you help the people that you know and not be frantic if they don't respond? They will respond in their time. And remember, if someone is in a panic situation, they might not be able to respond. They might be in overwhelm. They might not respond personally to you. So don't freak out about that, or don't feel left out. How can you show up and help them and support them when it is that they actually need help? Have your 5, 10, 15 minutes of worry time per day, and then let it go. See, how can you support someone in your community instead? How can you support any people that are around you? And shift your energy. This can help you in any situation where you feel overwhelmed. So I'm sending you lots of love, and see you again back next week. Bye bye.